Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, once again, good morning. This is the video lecture on Python Django full stack web development. Currently discussing backend part, that is Python programming. Okay. So we are currently in basic Python data structures. So basic Python data structures, we have list. Next we have tuple. Next we have dictionary. Next we have set. Okay, so in previous classes we have gone with a list and tuple. So in today's class we will be discussing something called dictionary. Okay, so what is a dictionary and what are all the operations on dictionary and what are all the methods of the dictionary? So kindly for every data structure, kindly understand what is a list, list operations, list methods. Similarly, tuple operation, tuple methods. So similarly, now in today's class, we are going to see dictionary, dictionary operations and dictionary methods. Okay, so what is a dictionary? So dictionary is a mutable and another container type that can store any number of Python objects. Okay, so including other container type. So for example, dictionary consists of a pair that is called, we call it as key and value. The dictionary, an element is an item. So list, we are having set of items. Tuple also we are having set of items. But when you come for the dictionary, it consists of the items. So it is not a single item. It is a key value pair. So you can tell it is a consist of the pairs. So in that pair, first you will be having key and next you will be having values. Okay. So come how to create a dictionary. So dictionary are also known as associative arrays or hash tables. So general syntax. So this is the representation of a dictionary. So for list, you are using square brackets. So for tuple, you are using parentheses. And for dictionary, we use flower brackets. Understand carefully. So dictionary, we are going to use flower brackets. So inside that, this one is called item 1, key with a value. Entire thing, we call it as item 1. Key with a value, this is item 2 and this one is item 3. Okay, totally how many items are there in this dictionary? There are 3 items. So which are those? Item 1, item 2, item 3. So in that, which is the key and which is the value. So first what you give, the first one we call it as a key. And this one we call it as a key. Keys are Alice, Beth, Cecil, and their values are 2341, 9102, 3258. Okay, so keys are unique. Unique means they should not be duplicate. Okay, keys whatever you give, they should not be repeated. If you are given Alice here, again don't repeat the key as Alice. So that's why we call keys are unique within the dictionary, while the values may not be. Values may be duplicate, but key values should be same. Okay, it should be unique. The value of the dictionary can be of any type, but the keys must be of strings, numbers, or tuples. Keep in your mind, the value of a dictionary can be integer, it can be float, it can be character, it can be string. Okay, but the keys must be of immutable data type. Immutable means, can anybody tell what is immutable? In yesterday class, we have gone through. Immutable means?
We can't change.
Yes, okay, good. So immutable means you can't change that one. So the keys must be of immutable data types such as strings, numbers, and tuples. Okay, so now you come for definition. What is a dictionary? The syntax for declaring the dictionary in Python is given. So this is the dictionary variable. So everywhere you come across the variable like a stud list, stud tuple. Here I have taken the dictionary variable as daily temps. So dictionary will be represented using flower brackets. So you have taken sun as key, sun, man, tu, ved. These are the keys and their values are here. Okay, so here you can see the values are here. Okay, so that's why I'm telling this one is key and this one is value. Key colon value pair, we call it as dictionary. Next, once you created a dictionary, how to access the elements? So which element you can access? So suppose value you are going to access. Okay, so now you come for syntax for accessing an element of a dictionary is same for accessing the element of sequence types, except that key value is used within the free brackets instead of index. So if you want to retrieve this value 68.8, so you can give index as key value. So the example you can take daily temps of sun. So daily underscore temps is nothing but it is a dictionary variable. So inside that you give one of the key value. So if you give key value as sun, you will get the value as 68.8. If you give key value as month, you will be getting it as 70.2. Okay, so that is the method of accessing the elements of a dictionary. So basically, this is the one of the example we have taken, but here you are going to create a new dictionary. So dictionary variable we have taken. So dictionary will always start with flower brackets. So in that I have taken key as branch. What are the keys? Branch, USN and name are the keys. Next you see you have to give colon to create a dictionary. Okay, what should be given? Colon should be given if you are creating a dictionary. So key colon value. So what are the values? So values are given like this. So once the dictionary is created, you can print and see the contents. Okay, so this is the first method of creating a dictionary directly by assigning the values. So creating a dictionary by using assigning the values. This is the first method. Okay, so next you come for accessing the items. So there are two methods to access the items. So how many items are there in this one? Can you tell? In this dictionary, how many items are there? Yes.
3.
Bit louder. Speak bit louder. How many you are having? How many items? 3. Okay. So 3 items. Item number 1, branch with value. Item number 2, USN with value. Item number 3, name with value. And finally, you are printing that particular thing. Okay. So now you need to print the values. So to print the entire dictionary contents, just you go with a print of dictionary variable. It will print each and every key value pair. Okay. Suppose you can print one if you need only the branch should be printed. So you can go with std of branch. So they keep the syntax here. So here you have just taken std. It is a dictionary variable. To access all the elements, you give directly the dictionary variable. Suppose if you are accessing only one of the item, so you have to give that one in index. Okay. So how you give std array bracket, in that you are going to give it as branch. So that will print you what? It will print you the value as CSC. Okay. So rather than using directly the index value, this is indexing like std of 0, std of 1, std of 2. This is indexing. Under the index, you can give a key element. Okay, so or you can use dot get method. So dot get is one of the method. Understand carefully. It is the method to retrieve the value stored at a particular key. What is dot get method? So get method will get you the value stored at the particular key. What is the key we have given? Branch. So what is the value you'll be getting? The value you'll be getting will be CSC. So this either you can give static of branch or you can go with a dot get method also. Okay. So that is accessing the elements. So suppose if you want to access a name using get method, what you give? Suppose you are accessing the name using get method. So what you give? Yes, you can tell what you give. I want the name to be printed. So what you give? You give it as static dot get of name. So remember, if you don't use array brackets. If you are using get method, you should use parentheses. Okay, so that is accessing the items. Next, change the values. So to change the values, so it is mutable or immutable. What is dictionary?
Mutable.
Mutable. Okay, good. So you can easily change. Mutable means you can easily change the values. So for that one, you can take static. I have taken all these values. So now I am changing the value. So while creating, you should give colon here. Remember, you should give colon here. But if you are changing, so you can directly write static of array bracket branch is equal to ECE. So that means in place of CSC, you are replacing it with value called ECE. So that one, we call it as static of array brackets, you give it as branch. So inside that you give ECE. So then you take print of static, that will print each and everything, or you can take print of static dot get. So keep in your mind. So most of the time, make use of this get if you are using one particular item. Okay. So suppose if you want all the things to be printed, you can take simply print of static. Just you give print of this array, this dictionary variable, it will print each and every contents. Suppose if you want to print only the changed contents. So which is the changed contents? So branch is being changed from CSC to ECE. So you give it a static of branch. Understood? So now you come for the concept, loop through a key dictionary. Okay. So use of loops in dictionary. So how you are making use of loops? So when you use loops in list or tuple, okay, so it was printing only the elements in the list or elements in the tuple. But you see in the dictionary, you have two elements. One is the key, the other one is value. So which one will be printed? So take this example. So I have taken static, I have given all this. So now you see for X in static, this is simply I am printing X. If I print X, so either you will get key or you will get value. Can you tell? There are two elements here. In list and all, you were having directly the values and values you are getting as output. But in dictionary, you are having keys as one part and you are having values as another part. So when you give for X in static, print X, what it will print? Whether it will print key or it will print value. Yes.
Key.
Yes. So understand here, when looping through the dictionary, the return values are the keys of the dictionary. Keep in your mind, what are the return values? return values are the keys of the dictionary. So if you give for X in static, print of X. So X inside X, what will be there? Only the key elements, which are the keys, branch, USN and name will be printed. Okay. So now if you want to print all the values in the dictionary, to print all the values, what is the change you need to do? Take the same static, take the same for loop statement, for loop also same, but while going for print of X, you give print of static of X. Okay, so if you give print of X, you will get all the key elements. If you give static of X, you will get all the values of the keys. Okay, so this is one of the method we are using for printing all the values of the dictionary. So to print the keys, what you can give, simply you give it as print of X. For printing the values, what you should give it as static of X. So static is nothing but dictionary variable of X. So it will print all the values. Okay, so rather than that, you can also go with a values method. So this is the first method to print the values, or you can go with static dot values. So here only for X in static dot values. So you can take just a simple one. For X in static, you are printing print static of X, but you can directly use static dot values print of X. So that will print all the values. That will print all the values, not the keys. It will print only the values. What are the values you are having? CSC, 1MS, and name is Nithilan. This is the one of the value method you are going to use to print. Okay. So suppose here you see this example, you will get only the key. And this is an example, you will get only the values. This example, you will get only the values. But if you want both key with a value, if you want both key with a value, how many elements are there? Key is the first element and value is the second element. So at that time, you are going to use items method. What is the method you are going to use? Items method. So items method will print both the key as well as value. If you take only the values, it will print only the values, but not the keys. Okay. So if you want key along with the values, so create a static. So for key, you take it as X, and Y you take it as value. Two items should be there. X for key, Y for value in static dot items. Print X comma Y will print both the keys as well as values. Understood up to here? Yes. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
So keep in your mind how to retrieve the keys using for loop, how to retrieve the only the values using for loop, and how to retrieve keys along with the values. So keys with values can be retrieved using items method. Okay. So now you see, check if keys exist. So I have created a dictionary here. How many keys you are having? Key 1 branch, key 2 USN, key 3 name. If USN is static, so to check whether the key is there or not, so you can directly have the key value here. Okay, so no need to take a enter key value. So in list and tuple, you are going for enter the key value for to search, but in dictionary, no need to have the key value. Directly you can have if USN. USN is one of the key value. If key in variable you are using, but here you are using if USN in the static, print as USN is one of the keys. Okay, so this is check if key is exist. So now you come for the dictionary length. So what is the length of the dictionary? So length is one of the operation method. Okay, length is one of the method. So when you call a method, so keep in your mind when you have brackets. So when you have brackets, you call it as methods. Keep in your mind. So when you have array brackets, see in the chat box I have given. So when you use parentheses, we call this one as methods. Okay. So now you see here I have given len of parentheses. So len of parentheses. So inside that you give the dictionary variable, it will print an integer value. So what is the length? Length is, this is item 1, item 2, item 3. So length of the dictionary variable is 3. So now you come for add the items. So how you add the items into the already existing dictionary. So already dictionary has been created. Now in order to add a key value pair, so you should take it as stdict of blood group is equal to O positive. So keep in your mind, while creating a dictionary, you will be using colon here. But while assigning an item, you should give it as equals here. So what is the key? Key is the blood group. What is the value? O positive is the blood value. So stdict of blood group is equal to O positive. This is the way you are going to assign a key value pair to already existing dictionary variable. Okay, so adding the items. So then you can go with a print of stdict that will print. Next, come for the removing the items. Okay, so removing the items, you are making use of two methods. One is the pop, next one is pop item. So stdict.pop will take one of the parameter. Pop will take the one of the key as a parameter. Okay, so here also we have delete. Rather than remove, you are having pop and pop item. Okay, pop of branch, it will remove the specific para key. So if you take stdict.pop of branch, the branch with its value will be deleted. Suppose if you take stdict.pop item, so pop item will remove the pop means it will remove the topmost element. So which is the topmost element here? Branch is the topmost element, it will be removed. If you perform pop of branch, branch will be removed. If you didn't give branch or using pop item, the branch will only be deleted. Okay, so that is the concept of pop. So pop of branch, it will remove the topmost element. Which is the topmost element? Branch is the topmost element. If you give pop item, so it will also delete the topmost item. Okay. Next, the del keyword removes the item with a specified key name. So here we have taken the same stdict, del stdict of USN. So that will remove the particular. This is a del stdict is similar to pop, but here we are calling dot pop, but here you are giving stdict of USN. So that will remove the USN part. Okay. So if you delete, suppose rather than going for USN, if you just give del of stdict, so entire dictionary variable will be deleted. So if you print, you will get it as error. Understood? So next we come with a clear method. So clear delete, it will delete everything. Clear, the dictionary variable will be there, but the contents of the dictionary will be 0. Keep in your mind what is the difference between del. Del will delete all the elements along with a variable. Okay, so along with the variables will be removed. But if you go with a clear method, it will delete only the items, but the variable will exist. So print of stdict, it will show you null. Okay, so now you come for the copying a dictionary. So copying the dictionary, you make use of two methods. One by using dict constructor, second one by using copy method. So already I have taken one stdict, same example I am going to use. So now you call stdict.copy. So stddict.copy is been assigned to S1. So what the S1 will contain? S1 will contain the same thing what the stddict will contain. Okay. So using copy method is one. Next, you can have the dictionary constructor. Using the dictionary constructor also, you can create. So take a stddict. So same S1 will come. Here also S1 only taken. Rather than going stddict.copy, you are going with dict of stddict. So simply you take S1 is equal to dict. That will tell S1 is one of the dictionary variable. So which contains the contents of stddict. So stddict contains whatever is there that is being stored into S1. So this is by using dict constructor, and this one by using copy method. Okay. So now you come for the nested dictionaries. So what happens in the nested dictionary? So dictionary can contain many dictionaries. So what the dictionary will contain? Can you tell anybody what the dictionary will contain? First, what the dictionary will contain? Yes, anybody? Dictionary will contain what? Sorry. Dictionary will contain key value pair. Okay. So now you are in concept of nested dictionaries. So whether an key is within the another key or value is within another value. So if key is within another key, we call it as nested dictionary, or value within another value, we call it as nested dictionary. Which one? So in this example, we have taken stddict as dictionary variable. So inside that, I have taken a key. What are the keys here? Can you tell what are the keys? Yes, what are the keys here?
Stud1, stud2, stud3.
Okay. So what are the values here?
Branch, USN name.
So, branch, USN name, keep in your mind. So this is one example. Okay. So in this example, what is the value?
CSC.
CSC. Okay. So in this example, what is the value?
1 MS 19 CS 00.
Okay. So now you see what is stud1? It is one of the key. So inside that you are having key with a value. So which one is nested here? Is the keys are nested or values are nested?
Keys.
Keep in your mind, stud1, it is one of the key. All this part will be the value part. So under the value part, here you can see branch is one of the key with CSC, with value. Okay. So now you can tell stud1 is key and branch is also key. So key within a key. So outer key is stud1, stud2, stud3. Inner keys are branch, USN and name. So which one is nested? Keys are nested or values are nested? Which are nested? Yes, which are nested? Keys or values? So understand, this one is key. Okay. So inside that, this is outer keys. These are inner keys. Are you having any outer values? Outer keys ide nodi. Stud1, stud2, stud3. So inside that you are having another keys. So this one we call it as inner keys. So these are called inner values. Okay. So there is no outer values. So what is nested? The keys are nested. This is outer key. This one is inner key. So our inner key is within outer key. So that's why which are nested here? Keys are nested here. So we call it as nested dictionary. So this is the how you create a nested dictionary. So similarly, you can take this example. So you take stud1, create 3 dictionary, then create 1 dictionary that will contain the other 3 dictionaries. So I have taken stud1, stud2, stud3, 3 dictionaries are created, and then create 1 dictionary that will contain other 3 dictionaries. So it's stud1, stud2, stud3, I have created 1 dictionary. So now I have taken a structure. Now I have taken the dictionary variable. So create 1 dictionary. So what is the dictionary you have taken? Students. So that will contain other 3 dictionaries. Which are the other 3 dictionaries? Stud1, stud2, stud3 are the other 3 dictionaries should be contained inside this dictionary. So I have given S1 colon stud1, S2 colon stud2, S3 colon stud3. Okay. So this is the method of creating a nested dictionaries. So now you come for the dict constructor. So dict constructor is used to create a new dictionary. So it can be created by using what? Parenthesis. So inside that you give branch is equal to value, USN is equal to, and name is equal to. If you are using directly dictionary variable is equal to values, you should make use of colon. Okay, but if you are using a dictionary constructor, you should use equals here. So here everywhere you should use equals. Okay. So now you come for the dictionary methods. Okay. So dictionary methods, so I have already told dictionary methods will consist of what? Bracket open, bracket close. So inside that, what is the first method you are having? From keys. So from keys will return a dictionary with the keys and the specified value. So what is the from keys? So from keys will take 2 parameters. One is key. So key I have given USN and name, and value I have given 0. So now I have created from keys of X comma Y. So when you print, you will get USN with a value 0, and you will have name with a value 0. So next, keys method. So suppose if you want to return only the keys, so directly you can go with x_dict.keys method. So rather than going for the for loop, print of X, so you can directly use the keys method. The keys method will show you all the keys used. Okay, so similarly, dot values will show you all the values. Okay, so pop method. So this one is already been discussed. Dot pop of branch. So pop item. So everything we have discussed already. Dot pop will take 1 parameter. Pop items will not take any parameters. So pop will take 1 parameter, and that one, the value will be printed. Okay. So dictionary pop item we have already gone through. Set default. Okay, so stud dict. So under this, you are giving set of values, and you are using set default. Okay, so whenever if you are having set default, so this will add defaultly the key value pair to your stud dict dictionary variable. So what the set default will do, it takes a key value pair and assign it into the dictionary variable. Okay. So update method. So rather than going with set default, also you can go with the update. So update means the existing dictionary element will be updated with the new elements. So this one is the method what you are going through. Okay. Dot values. Dot value will print each and every values of the keys. Understood? Okay, understood up to here? Yes, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is up to Python dictionaries. So in tomorrow's class, we will be having, tomorrow means Monday's class, we will be having functions. So we will see the functions concepts in the Monday's class. So for all the examples, kindly write on your book and work in the Google Colab and get the understanding of different functionalities of dictionaries. Okay, so this is up to today's class. Meet you in the next class. So this video will be uploaded in my YouTube channel. So kindly like, share, subscribe, share to your friends, get the knowledge of the Python programming. Okay, so and become a programmer. So meet you in the next class. Thank you.